Hello, starfish and jellyfish. This is Step Up lesson number 6. Your objective for this lesson is I can convert between fractions, decimals, and percents. Every percent and decimal number can also be written as a fraction. All fractions can be written as decimals and percents. For example, 2/5 of the songs in Bonnie's music collection are country songs. What percent of her song collection is country? So that is 2 out of 5 as a fraction, 2/5. And we want to find out what percent is equal to that fraction. So one way that we've talked about doing this in the past is actually doing 2 divided by 5, since a fraction represents division. So we could do 2 divided by 5, and we could figure out that way because 5 does not go into 2, but it would go into 20, so we can add a 0 as long as we put a decimal point there so that it doesn't change the value of the 2, and bring up our decimal point, and then 5 goes into 20 4 times evenly. So we would have 0.4, and 0.4, if we use what we learned in the last lesson and move it twice over, we would get 40%. But your lesson today teaches you another way to do that, which would be to set up your fraction to have a denominator of 100 so that it's just out of 100, which would be out of 100%, and then you would just use your numerator as whatever percent. So they want to transfer 2/5 to a denominator of 100, and we have to multiply 5. We're on step 2 right now. We have to multiply 5 by 20 to get to 100. So we have to multiply the numerator by the same factor of 20, so we could change 2/5 to be 40/100ths. So all they're doing right there is changing 2/5 to have a denominator of 100 so that we can see 40 over 100 would easily be 40%, which would also be 40/100ths, or 0.4. So we would have 4/10ths or 40/100ths, which would be 40 over 100, which would be 40% because it's 40 out of 100. So 2/5 equals 40%. We'll do a couple more examples together before I let you go do the share and show and on your own, so you should be filling this out with me. Make sure that when you're doing these videos, you have exactly what I have written down so that I know that you actually watched the video instead of just reading through that page on your own. So when you turn in this page with the share and show and on your own, you should have everything that I have written down. And if you didn't do that yesterday for lessons 4 and 5, make sure you do it with this lesson and starting from today on for the rest of the week. Write 8/25ths as a decimal. So the way that they want you to do it is to change that to have a denominator of 100. So if we wanted to do 8/25ths and we want to make that over 100, we have to multiply by 4. So we have to do 25 times 4 to get to 100, so we have to do 8 times 4 to get to our new numerator. So our new numerator is going to be 32 out of 100. So it would be 32 over 100, or 32%. So they wanted us to write it as a decimal, but I want you to also write it as a percent. So as a decimal, it would be 32 out of 100, or 32/100ths, 0.32. And as a percent, we would do 32%. So I want you to also have that there. And then for B, we're writing 90% as a fraction in simplest form. So we know 90% would be 90 out of 100. And if we want to simplify that, we could divide this one by 10. And the same thing we have to do on the bottom and the top. So we would also have to divide this one by 10. And we would get 9 over 10, or 9/10ths. So if we wanted to write this as a decimal, it would be 0.9, 9/10ths, but they just wanted it as a fraction, so we're going to leave it as 9/10ths, or 9 over 10. Alright guys, so on your lesson today, when you do your share and show and you're on your own, make sure that if you're getting stuck, you're converting your fraction to a fraction as 100 as a denominator, so over 100, and that'll help you realize what it would be as a fraction, a decimal, and a percentage. Good luck, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Miss you.